I'm so depressed. Y'all are really not making a good argument for me to not stay in this house by myself for the rest of my life because I'm just trying to figure out like my vagina is the only thing I have to leverage. Like what? That is
I
that
didn't
the
say that.
Apparently.
I
only
didn't say it
thing
was the
y'all
only
value
thing.
women for? Like I just please explain.
Lord have mercy.
Please,
What?
please, please.
What?
I
I will
Okay.
just
say that.
I just because if
God,
I'm
he
just
went and
my
got his ass.
reproductive organs,
You can
then
tell
I'm
that
just
that's what
trying to
they
figure it
think
out.
because they start calling us females.
We're talking
Right?
about
I
being a. We're
We're
talking
know.
not
about being a
even
wife.
women, girl. We not look, you
We're
heard
not
Darwin
even
earlier. We're
women.
not humans. We're not
I didn't say
humans.
you weren't
We
human.
just females. That's
Female.
it.
Listen,
What?
if you
Just
think that your
female.
vagina, if you don't think that your vagina, you don't think your vagina having the leverage, then
I'm saying, is my
Oh my god.
vagina the only leverage
no,
that because
it's
you
not.
keep
I
No,
talking
it's
tried.
not.
about
I
us
tried to
like
tell the
we are
chat, bro.
No,
vagina.
it's not. I said when a woman gives away her vagina for free, she loses leverage. She loses her
I
leverage.
so
I didn't
as
say
if
it
I
was your
have
only
no other
leverage.
qualities to
I didn't say
qualify
it was your
for.
only quality. I didn't say it was your
That's
only. I
what it
said once you
sounds like
give that
though.
up, once you give that up, you lose your leverage. That means that's your only leverage.
How much leverage do she use? Give us a percentage.
I'm gonna say there's a precedence. I'm saying leverage has a precedence. If you start with the most powerful part, it just negates everything else.
So if she gives it up, how much leverage if she had 100% leverage
Think
at
of
this
it.
point?
Think of it like
When she
this.
when she gives it up, how much leverage do she have at that point? Just give
Think
us
of
a
it.
just give us. I don't want a scenario. Just give us a percentage.
If she give away her vagina, how much for the man that she want to marry or the man she
She's at
want?
100%
Girl,
here before
Hold
then.
up.
Where does it drop to?
God.
well, I would say it significantly drops. I'm not gonna. I don't know the measurement of
Come
it
on,
exactly,
dog.
No,
but
no.
I
Here's
will
the
tell
problem
you
with what you. Here's the problem with what you're saying
Okay,
right
so
there.
then
It
hold
depends
on,
on
hold
who
on,
it
hold on.
was.
So then, okay,
it
if
all
it
depends on
drops,
the man too, bro. Like
right? Like if
I
it
don't know how
drops,
this is
then
hard
what?
to see.
Talking about.
Go ahead, Jr.
No, I was just asking that if it drops, then what happens?
Well, I mean, a guy can use that to justify not marrying her. Like, I don't know, I just like what we have right here going on. I just like what we
All
got
right.
going on. You get
So
what I'm
there is
saying?
such a
You
thing
might not
as
be so compelled to wanting to get in marriage.
poor pussy management or whatever. However, Bo was on a panel the other day. She talked about she done broke a bed on the homeboy. So what I'm saying is that
You didn't say
Wow, you ain't
anything.
smart.
you know
You
it was on a
talk too
public
much.
platform. It was on a public platform.
You
It was on a
you
public
didn't say
platform.
that here.
Don't be
Oh, okay.
ashamed. Kudos to you,
Oh,
bro.
damn it. Well, my bad. Listen, I'm not saying that to say that, right? It was my bad. It wasn't like a back channel. You said it on a public platform.
Brother,
All right. Either way, okay, great. The reason I say that is because the only reason I'm bringing that point up is because
Oh my gosh. Who raised you?
let, let's just say you have a special set of skills. Have y'all ever heard of somebody getting whooped before? So that leverage could actually be raised if it's whooped. Y'all see dudes out here that be whooped. So if anything, depending on what your skill level is and depending on the XP of the gentleman, that might actually raise the leverage that you have on a man. That's the only reason I brought that, but my bad. Listen, I would have never brought that up if that was like a straight up one-on-one, but it was on the public platform. That's the only reason why I said it. We was on TikTok.
Like I think that's a good.
Trev, did you say XP? The XP matters?
No, I said depend. I didn't say it matters. Yeah, it absolutely it matters. I said depending on the level of XP that the gentleman has is going to determine if he is absolutely amazed by what it is that she does. Correct.
So all of this 4 weeks where I've been, oh my fucking.
Well, first of all, hold on, wait a minute. You and
Somebody,
Trevor,
do.
you and Trevor always
Yo.
been
Go
on the
ahead,
same
White.
side of that coin.
Let him get it out.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
been on the side of that
Hey,
coin.
Marcus,
You
are you
said it
are
like
you
you
finding an
said it.
inconsistency? Are you finding inconsistency? Are you finding
Let
inconsistency?
him wait, get it out.
The
Come
last
on,
4
L.
weeks,
White.
Darwin, true or false, have I not been saying, hey, it matters because this is the result of what happens if a man has no sexual experience? Darwin.
Exactly.
Right. So
Then they
now
told
y'all
me that
y'all missing it.
scenario is
You're
when
missing
man
it.
has
Trev never told you that.
No, and White right.
And
Trevor's
now
never said
XP
that.
matters because he can
He
get
said
whooped.
that XP works as a way to keep a man from making a ill-advised decision. whenever he get cheeks for the first time and fall head over heel for that
So
woman,
listen,
that might not even be right for him.
I said he could possibly be whipped. Now listen. What did I say was the ideal situation for both partners to be virgins? If you run into a skilled girl and you are a virgin, that's bad. The only time it makes sense is if you are a virgin and you run into another virgin. If you run into harlots out here, then you can't be a virgin trying to do that because they're gonna run circles around you. I don't see how that's inconsistent.
Hold on. The first time you got some as a virgin, wasn't everything enough to get you whipped?
No.
Oh. Man.
No. Man. Dude. Hey, Marcus, didn't we just talk about how shit is different for different people? It wasn't.
Nah, come on.
And I was look, could I keep it? Could I be honest with y'all?
You got some ass, you wanted to marry the girl?
No, absolutely not. So listen, look, time out. Hold on. First, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My first frag was a chubby joint, so I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? I was just trying to get rid of my virginity.
How convenient. So, it had to be a BBW.
Hey, look, it wasn't out of my league. I had the confidence that I needed. Once I got a little bit of that, then I started working up. You know what I mean? I hit the heavy bag.
The worst of the worst. Bless you into the world.
If that's what you want to call it.
I'm still trying to get Bruce to answer my question, man. I want a percentage. How much leverage do she lose?
Oh, he's not answering that.
How much leverage do she lose?
He's not
answering. Give me a percentage. She was at 100% when she wasn't giving that thing up. When she gave it up, where's she at now?
Based on post-nut clarity, I would say 80% of her leverage.
She loses 80% of her leverage.
Post-nut clarity literally opens a man's mind on a cerebral level. Once he get away from that nut, that man is laser focused. He knows, like, he start checking all other kind of shit. Oh, look at her feet. Oh my, no, what the fuck? Oh my God, her breath. Like her breath was smelling good before post-nut clarity. Now he really able to think with some sense when he get that nut out of him. So I would say almost 80% of her leverage is gone, bro. He start checking her wig to see if he can move her hair. All kind of shit.
So let me ask you a question then.
Is her veneers real? Like all that, whatever. So like all that shit come into effect. Niggas start thinking about all kind of, how much money did I spend on this bitch? Hold on, wait, where's my phone?
So would you?
Why she wearing my watch? Like, you know, some shit like that. All that stuff that you missed out on when yo was hard. Now it start coming in. So she lose a lot. Nigga, I would argue it only take. I would say 5 minutes right after he nut. He probably ready to pack it up and go to the house.
Hold on, wait. Then you about to make in white point then. So are you suggesting that every man has to sleep with the woman before to at least potentially experience post-nut clarity because a woman has that much leverage?
No, I'm not suggesting that. That's Marcus's point.
Mark, ain't that pretty much what he's suggesting? Because if you're saying that, think about it. If you're saying that post-nut clarity would reveal that this woman ain't shit, then that means you would have to experience post-nut clarity every single time to understand whether that woman is actually worth.
If and only if he's using his penis for discernment. But if he's using other things, like if he's got somebody like a covering over him or somebody's helping him vet, or he's bringing a woman home to his family and shit like that, and he don't really necessarily need to have sex with her to be able to substantiate post-nut clarity as a buffer.
All right, so
he can trust in his village or his surroundings to help him, and then just take sex off the table.
So, all right, fair. Then how much leverage does a woman lose by giving up sex if the man uses his brain and not his penis?
How much leverage does she lose when a man uses his brain?
Let's say she average woman versus the average guy. How much leverage does she lose if he uses his brain and not his dick?
How much leverage?
She was at 100%. She was 100% when she wasn't giving it up.
If she don't give up her vagina, she keeps her leverage, point blank, regardless.
So, but how much does she lose if she does give it up to that guy?
If she gives up her vagina, she lose 80%. She lose 80% of her leverage.
Even if the dude using more than just his head?
use his head.
Even if he uses more, if he uses his head, his brain, like you just suggested, because when I made the argument about Mark, you said that only happens if all he's using is his dick. Right. So I'm asking, if he uses his brain and a woman goes and she gives it up to this guy and he's using his brain, how much leverage do she lose? And you saying it's still 80%?
She loses 80% of her leverage if she give up her vagina, regardless of if it's his discernment or not.
That don't make any
his
sense.
Discernment is not her leverage. You're trying to intersect her. You're trying to intersect her leverage with his discernment. You got to take him out of it.
I'm trying to figure out if there's more that she can come to the table with, possibly, that can give her leverage outside of just her vagina. You're saying that her vagina would pretty much lose.
Yes, she can. She can come with the qualities of being a wife. She can do that. But if she hasn't got married yet and she gives up that vagina,
so let's say she comes with the qualities of being a wife,
right?
And this dude is using his brain, and she gives up the vagina to that dude. What percentage do her leverage fall off?
If she come with the qualities of a wife and she gives the vagina up before becoming a wife, she lose 80%.
This don't make sense. Am I the only one that's up here tripping?
She hasn't made it to the altar yet. At any given point, she cannot argue with this man and say, "Hey, you better marry me." Bitch, I already got that pussy. I'm out.
Bro, that don't make any sense, because
it does. She doesn't have the power anymore.
She gave it
away. She gave away her power, bro.
That's not.
I don't even talk to women.
Basically, what you just said was you just confirmed what both
power said, regardless.
Oh wait, but then when both said all y'all literally did was reduce us down to just being a body with a hole on it, she was right, because you literally just reduced whether the woman has
that.
Then don't give it to him.
No, that's not the.
Go ahead,
that's not the point. That's not the point.
We're more than that.
Let her interrupt.
He's making an argument that no matter what, she could be a wife, she could be all of that.
I didn't say she wasn't a wife yet.
Hold on, wait. She can have the qualities of a wife. It does not matter. The moment she gives up her vagina, the reason why I asked him the 80% was because the percentage of leverage that she loses was because Bo was trying to figure out, are y'all actually literally reducing us down to just our vagina? And he said, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. Well, if you're saying that
what you just said is once I have sex, the other things that I contribute to the relationship are only 20%. That's the only things that I bring to the table
you're correct,
are worth 20%. That's what you're saying.
Sweeney is trying to say nothing else. You're retaining that 20%. He's trying to argue that I said nothing else matter. I didn't say that. Maisha is saying that you still have.
So you're saying I'm only worth 20%.
You only have 20%.
Once you have sex with me.
I didn't say you were worth 20%. I said you only retain 20% of your leverage.
Yeah, because you didn't gave it up already.
Hold on, wait.
So my vagina is 80% importance, is what you're saying.
If you look at it historically, when a woman was 18, in all of her life, she was bred to be a suitable wife with all of the qualities. The moment she got her virginity taken away, she lost all of her leverage. That she was taken off of the table. The father and the mother didn't even present her in an arranged marriage.
You basically just made
She didn't get the dowry. She didn't get nothing.
You just made both arguments,
but this is what, but not really. But this is what I say right here.